it's had its fair share of cheap shots and ruined seasons, all in the quest for the milk can. Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California. It's the Boise State Broncos and the Fresno State Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Thanks, guys. I did check in with the Boise State head coach before the game. This team has continued to shine, and he said his message to them in the locker room before the game was, this is our opportunity. They were not ranked to start the season and have continued to play their way into the conversation, but every week gets a little harder. He wants intensity and focus right out of the gate to prove to the world we belong, and we're going to keep making noise this season. Guys?
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense as they take control of the football first. It was the Bulldogs who chewed up the men in blue the last time they saw each other.
I mean, the Bulldogs went frying pan to the head of a proud Boise program and really asserted themselves. And this is a rivalry. This is teams that play each other pretty consistently that usually have a lot of meaning on the line, Palmer.
And Boise State was asking so many questions after they got beat down the way they did. Really, you don't have to look much further than Fresno and just how they dominated that game in all three phases.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Turns it on in midfield. There he goes. Past the 10. Touchdown, Broncos. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Fresno State's offense will now get its first chance with the football. And here comes Rayshon Luke. What a performance he had in their last game, putting up more than 300 yards on the ground.
I got to tell you, I've been really impressed watching this team, and specifically the offense now during this win streak. And the biggest thing has been the running back and their ability toting the football. Physical, they're able to stay ahead of the sticks. Defenses just get worn down because of this guy and his physical style running the football, and I expect to see a little bit of that again today.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking for a crease. They get him down, but they'll mark it beyond the line to gain. It's first down, Fresno State.
And, man, we've all experienced these rivalry games and how much fun they are. And this offense had a lot of fun a year ago, right? Like, they dominated this rivalry. They've been kind of hot coming in. And I really look...
There he goes! He's at the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was... They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long. Offense with jumbo personnel. Follows his blocks. It's Luke. Ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Forced out of bounds. Good pickup there on the ground. He now has 91 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing.
I love teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today. Another good run by this running back. He's been doing it all night, over 100 yards on the day. Really.
He's loose. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got him 1st and 10 outside the 40. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Sees a crease. Finding some room. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing ends of the field. Might as well give it to him again. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Run in the red zone, it's Luke. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end. The Bulldogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Right back to it. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Defense picks it up. Sprinting away. Takes it in. Touchdown, Broncos!
Hey, man, coaches aren't going to be happy because that's the 2nd time he has put the ball on the deck, man. He's fumbled the football. He's got to do it.
The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing.
Number 35, set to kick this one away.
Out of the end zone. He's got great speed. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that, baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Martin will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
On third down, he drops to throw. Out wide left, it's Luke. Breaks into the open. At the 20. To the house. Touchdown, Fresno State. You talk about being handed a chance on a silver platter. First and goal from the 3. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And now the Broncos call their first of 3 timeouts. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they... The Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. Rashad Downs going up top. Caught, it's Ford. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Fires to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. On 4th down, they'll try to get something out of this drive before the end of the half. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. The lead now trimmed to 28-24.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Back to the ground game on the left. Got room at the 35. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. Let's get things popping with Maryland taking on the #1 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Terrapins with one of the biggest wins in program history, taking down the #1 team in the country. The victory gets this team to 4-2. It has not been a perfect start, but they are right in position entering the second half. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game in Fresno. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's played a big part in this halftime lead.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. It's working. Why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
He's past the marker. At the 45 on his way. There he goes down the right side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
Holds and fires complete to the right. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll run it on first and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle insides.
He's going for the goal line, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Broncos offense to start the drive. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Caught over the middle. It's Riley. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Wide receiver comes in motion. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Guys, they first played in 1977. They've had their battles in the WAC, the Mountain West, and here they are again today.
Yeah, they've changed conferences, and it's kind of an interesting rivalry, Palmer, because they don't play every year. But it's been kind of neutral the last 10 matchups, so good little ride.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Broncos will have it first and 10. Tells to run, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And the big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Scanning the field, it's Madsen. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Rush is on. On target over the middle. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the... They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on first and 10. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses midfield. At the 30. Inside the touchdown Bulldogs. And once he found open space, the band might as well... And so the Fresno State offense comes out onto the field. So thanks to the defense, they take over, big lead in hand, and an opportunity to run this clock out if they so choose. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Grabbed behind the line. It's Freeman. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a 4th down. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. Martin back to pass. Setting up the screen. There he goes. He'll work his way down to the 28.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
There's some room. He's past the sticks. Touchdown, Fresno State. And so the Bulldogs get the win over the Broncos.